my dear Gemini, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between October 1st till October 15, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot with Zero Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. So I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Gemini viewers. So I want my dear Gemini to have love in their lives, to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So, my dear Gemini, I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun moves from Virgo to Libra on the 22nd of September, and from Libra to Scorpio the 23rd of October. The Sun picks up a square to Pluto that's moving direct in Capricorn, October 4th till October 15. We will have this square between the Sun and Pluto. It is opposing Uranus that's moving retrograde in Aries, October 11 until October 29, peaking October 19, when Uranus will be fully illuminated by the Sun. Mercury travels together with the Sun. It moves into Libra, September 30, and into Scorpio, October 17. Where it joins there with Jupiter. Jupiter that moved into Scorpio the 12th of October. So Jupiter has been in Libra for a very long time, and now it's moving into Scorpio in the middle of October. That's a big thing. Sun, Mercury and Jupiter oppose Uranus retrograde in Aries together. So Mercury and Sun also squares Pluto in Capricorn together. And Mars and Venus is in Virgo opposing Neptune, moving retrograde in Pisces the first week of October. Mars and Venus squares Saturn in Sagittarius until about October 20. Venus traveling into Libra, October 15. Mars moves into Libra October 21st. Venus picks up a square to Pluto October 24th. And opposing to Uranus retrograde in Aries October 29. We will have the first new moon on the cusp, Libra Scorpio, September 20. Full moon in Aries October 5. And the second new moon in Libra October 19. That will be rather powerful with both the new moon, the Sun in Libra, together with Jupiter and Mercury in Scorpio, all together opposing retrograde Uranus in Aries. The Hangman illumination. Oh, sorry for all this mumbo jumbo, but your life is affected by this, and the tarot reading is affected by this. So I'm just trying to keep a little bit track so we can know what the cards are really saying, but it's too much rambling of dates. I realize that. So okay, I will just tune in for a few seconds, and then I will continue with your reading. Okay, so here is your future, Gemini, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the past is probably September. It might go into August as well. Is it major arcana card, so it might stretch over bigger amount of time. We have a little Page of Swords here, wants to show its face, and underneath the deck we have the Tower. So the Tower and the Page of Swords, it might be that you have built your life not on the true self, but maybe on a lot of survival skills and techniques and other things that you have learned. It's giving you some kind of success within in love and other things, and now maybe it's time to become your true self here, so it needs to be taken down and rebuilt. So that's in the bottom of the past here. And then we have the now. The now is the first half of October usually, and this might you might not recognize yourself because this is a forecast into the future, but sometimes you will recognize yourself, and that can be either because you have relived this before or you're already in this process. You might be like a front runner. That's the first drop of water through the desert like this, and more drops will follow, and it will make a river eventually. But as I said, it's a forecast, and here you have the Four of Wands wants to show itself as well. I noticed that the deck was splitting, and so the Four of Wands is when you rebuild the tower from the foundation. And here we have fate. So fate is society. It's things that we have learned. So it might be that you need to relearn a little bit of your, and become your own authority, so you can build a new foundation for yourself. It might be like new foundation for whole societies as well. And this will be your future. And your future is going into the second part of October, might go into also November. Be sure to revisit the reading if you have time, because first you might get like a forecast, and then afterwards you might be able to digest what you just have been through. So the first card here for you, Gemini, is Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands, this is someone protecting themselves against the energies coming in. And it might be some part of you protecting yourself against another part of you. Maybe there's one part of you that has different ideas. Maybe they say, I want to change work. This is not where I belong. Or I want to move to another city. Or I don't like the family reunions. I'm always picked on. It can be a lot of things coming here. And it might also be things that's not so nice. Maybe you are down talking or smack talking yourself and things similar to this. So here you stand, and this is your conscious awareness, your I in I am. And this is all the M's, so they need to be seen each one by one, and you need to determine if it's something that you want to say yes to or no to. But you can't just skip everything that your inside is telling you. You need to give them awareness, being yes, being awake and aware enough that you will know what your own body or your own mind is trying to tell you. The Seven of Wands is also a challenge when it comes to other people. It might be that there's a lot of people wants to make you do different things or ask you out to different things, or maybe they are opposing you and you need to stand up for what you believe in. And again, you need to find out how the different people here and their intention are landing with you. You need to feel like this person is saying that they want this. How does that feel? How does that make you feel inside? Do you want to say yes? Do you want to say no? And give feedback, give correct information back. Well, I'm feeling a little bit nervous about this. I'm not sure what it is that you really want. You need to explain better and you can get more feedback, but it needs to be open communication. Also, this is a card about the law of attraction and law of repulsion. Here you have attracted something in your life and it might not be like exactly what you wanted, so then you use the law of repulsion to say no to things you don't want, and in this way you are directing and redirecting energy, what are allowed to come to you and not. So this is a rather powerful message out to the universe when you say no to something you don't want. So don't say no to something you want, because that can make things being very messy for you. But saying no is powerful. To be able to say no when you want to say no, it's very good for both your heart and soul and your whole being. So not being so too subordinate to other people, not over compromising. And here we have the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is your soul wants to come in and do something. So you might have a longing or a need. It's all yours. You are born like this natural seed and you need certain things to grow. So your needs are genuine. You're not supposed to starve through life. If you want love, you are supposed to get love. If you want this, you are supposed to get this. If you need money, you need to get money. So it's not a contradiction here, but it might be very hard for you to attract certain things because you don't know really what you want. So you might use a lot of your time creating from your shadow. This is Temperance card, so this is where your light and your shadow is supposed to emerge together and become, you are supposed to become aware of what's happening here. And this is sometimes not the case, and sometimes we are all consumed with our shadow and just a little bit aware of something that we like about ourselves, but other things can be totally gone into darkness. So in that case, we will create things in our life that we don't want because we are not aware of those places inside of us that's creating this reality for us. So everything is about awareness. Start to get to know yourself today. So this is a little bit in the past. So it might be that you needed to reach down to your subconscious and find your strength. So you were able to say yes and no in a situation and have more clear boundaries and be more decisive with what you want to do. So we'll see. The next card here is the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is very good in this situation because Six of Swords is Persephone going down in the netherworld to marry Hades. That's your shadow. So that's one part of you, very curious and aware, going down into your subconscious and with this light that the Hermit holds. So you're able to have, like, look inside your body and this is like your body and you're looking at different places, lightening it up, finding out what's there. And it might be lost soul parts here in the lake of fire here in Hades. It doesn't look that fiery, but they need to have your attention to be able to be once again a part of your system, once again a part of your awakened I. You might have like 50% of yourself down here and your soul down here, things with you that you didn't like or your parents didn't like, or maybe you didn't get the right feedback on this when you were in those personality traits. So you might have been discouraged from ever showing those sides of you again. If for example, we can take a person that's very good with ice skating and maybe very good with doing every pirouettes on the ice and everything, and then one of their friends say, well, that's so girly, that's only girls doing that. And from that day, that child doesn't do those pirouettes on the ice anymore because it's girly. So this swims somewhere here. This what could have been like. This maybe were your talent. Maybe you were supposed to be a big ice prince and maybe be on Disney on Ice or on some big world arena, but now this little person, this little entity, this little talent is swimming here in the lake of fire, doomed because you weren't allowed to, or you didn't allow yourself because you didn't want to become ridiculed. We want to be liked by our society. We want to fit in. So sometimes we are compromising ourselves too much and we are ending up with a lot of our energy here, and to retrieve it will give back a lot of your energy. Instead of 50% of your energy, you can have 100%, and that's making you like a superpower, a super powerful human being anyway. Okay, so the next card here is Five of Swords, and Five of Swords is kind of the reason that you have put certain soul parts down here. I saw something similar for Capricorn, but they had it the other way around, Five of Swords first and Six of Swords later. But it's the same fear, being afraid that if you show your true self, you will become like smacked on your fingers, and you're afraid of the consequences of being your true self, because Six of Swords is self-realization. It's like the Hermit and Persephone and every other parts of you becoming aware that they are there and how they feel and what they like and what they don't like, and then they are going to show this new vulnerable different archetypes that's making up yourself out to do a world that's rather harsh and unforgiving and maybe very judgmental. So you need to be very courageous for becoming yourself, but it's very much courage here with the Seven of Wands and the Temperance card. Temperance card is Sagittarius, and this is Mars in Libra, I believe. So the next card here is the actual Hermit. So it seems like maybe you thought like hell is other people because they didn't like you for the one that you were, and if they are not going to like you ice skating, well, then you ice skate alone and you don't care what other people think. And that's the Hermit, rebel, but a rebel that's a little bit tired. It's like a person distancing themselves, taking them away from society, so they can be left alone. And they can be alone with their own energy. And many people that withdraw like this, they feel that they are perfectly all right when they are on their own. It can be lonely. That is true. It can be lonely, but they feel perfectly all right. And why do you feel perfectly all right? Because you can be yourself when you're alone. So the Hermit's job is to not just be like a teenager moving away from home, from society, and into their own cave, but actually finding out, okay, who do I want to be? Who am I? What is my true expression? When am I not compromising my natural self? And how can I more become my natural self so I don't feel so bad about being inside my body anymore? So step by step, this person becomes more and more their true self, and they can also readjust to society a little by little and start to show their true self also there. But as I said, it takes a lot of courage, and you might withdraw again and not want to be exposed. So we see this has been maybe a little bit of a lonely road here for Gemini in September, maybe the later part of September, maybe the summer also was a little better, or August might have been a little bit more, you were more fired up, you were more like a warrior, but here you're feeling more defeated or more unsure. Maybe you didn't get the feedback that you wanted, and it might have been some kind of miscommunication as well. Five of Swords is sometimes people are assuming things about the other, like, oh, they judge me, they don't like me, but you haven't really checked, you didn't really ask, you just took a mind leap into presumption that might not have been true at all. So more communication is needed between human beings, like talking more truthfully about what's really going on and asking a lot of questions until you get the right answers. So you don't just jump into conclusion and yes, okay, this is how they feel, so now I'm going to be forever alone. But I think this is healthy. This what's going on. You are trying to get closer to your natural self, and maybe it's hard to do that with other people around. So this is in the now. And here we have a Six of Cups. So for those of you that have been feeling alone and left out in the cold, or left other people out in the cold because they didn't really understand you, we might have reconciliation on our hands here with the Six of Cups. So Six of Cups might be that you are reminiscing how it was to be in the society and still live there, not moving into your cave. And maybe you're reminiscing about a relationship or a friendship or a workplace or a family situation. And Six of Cups is this longing and thinking about better times that have been. And this is focusing your mind on a point in the past that you are still drawn to. You're still longing for this. So it might be that there's still things that's unresolved here, and you might get another chance to fix things that you weren't able to resolve earlier, because now you know more. You have worked with yourself, so you know more how to what to do, and it might be like a longing for continue working on a certain situation. Maybe you feel like you have got more experience and maybe now you can fix this. So it's starting to become like a rising of the energy, like starting of longing for social situation and gatherings and to get together, and maybe you're longing for certain people. But here we have the Four of Swords. So this is the non-communication thingy, and it comes underneath the Temperance. So you're not allowing your soul to express this. So even if it's longing itself to death after someone, you are like, nah, I'm not going to say another word. Maybe this is how you want to win over a certain person. Maybe they humiliated you or made you feel less needed or less loved or not good enough in some way. And even if you long for them, so you can't sleep at night, you decide to ignore this and try to just close your eyes. And even if you can't sleep, you can lie very, very still. Four of Swords is not the solution. It's just playing dead or having no heartbeat, going nowhere, just trying to maybe forget. You don't want to remember this because it has been maybe it has been a really hard road, even if, because this situation probably have helped you to realize yourself, but it has also been probably rather a harsh journey. So you don't want another go. Your soul wants it, but your mind says, no, we know better now. We don't want another go. But your soul says, well, we can learn a lot of things. And you say, well, I don't want to learn it that way. It feels, I don't want to be victimized. I don't want to be in drama. I don't want to have like a lot of problems or a lot of challenges. I don't want to fraternize with people that doesn't understand me. So we have the black raven here coming with some flowers. It's also almost looking like your funeral. So from a divine point of view, you are playing dead. And they think, well, listen to your soul, do your thing. You were here to do a certain thing. Don't lay there and pretend that you don't want to do this. You want to do this. But your mind says, I know better. I'm not going to put myself into that situation again. It's stupid. So, but here we have an 8 of coins. So we see it's going back and forth with you here. 8 of coins comes underneath the 6 of swords. So you know that you have learned a lot of things about yourself, and it's like the seed is growing through the dark soil and thinking, but maybe we can continue traveling through this dark soil, and maybe someday we will come out in the light, but maybe not. So it lays dormant because it's not sure. Maybe it will come up from that dark soil in the minute when the frost comes and the seed will die, and it doesn't want this, so it's lay dormant like in the darkness, like here with the 4 of swords. But here with 8 of coins, the seed feels, but maybe there's a chance. Maybe if I have tried this way and I didn't come to the light then. I didn't see the surface of the day. So I tried this way. Well, I didn't come there this time either, but maybe I tried this way. So 8 of coins is like have been working on some certain situation for a very, very long time. And it's a repetition of a situation. Like I used to say, the same nightmare over and over again. So here with the 8 of coins, you might have found a solution to that nightmare. Maybe you know now better, so maybe you want to still try. Once again, it's an 8, so it's an eternity, simple eternity. It's karma, of course. 8 is also being very careful with yourself, because you don't want to stick up your head there and realize this frost and ice and no love at all, because then you will die. And so it's important. It's not love is not. We can think of it like we don't need love like we need maybe food and water and things, but we do. If we always are being met like on our workplace, you are not good enough, you are not worthy, or you try to meet someone in love and no, they reject you, you will lose your will to live. It's like frost, ice for this little seed. And here we have a Knight of Cups, and it comes strangely underneath the 5 of Swords. So it might be time for some kind of apology or explanation. Maybe you will give this, or maybe there will be a watery person or an emotional person coming, and maybe they have think over this again, and maybe they want to say that they're sorry. So 5 of Swords is like a quarrel you might have had with someone, or a beef, or maybe you showed your true vulnerable self and they didn't understand this, or you were not ready because you were here in the 6 of Swords and the Hermit. So maybe you have a Hermit on both those. So maybe you weren't ready. Maybe you were hiding and they got tired of you. And so maybe you need to show some attitude here now and go out and put out a hand to someone that you are thinking about. So a Knight of Cups, it's lightening up this energy definitely with the Knight of Cups. But with the Knight of Cups and the Five of Swords, it can be like a water person that's abusive in some way as well. So that might be why you don't want to take a second round with this. We have also Sagittarius here and Virgo, for those interested in what star sign I see. Or sun sign. Star sign is in Swedish. Okay, and here we have a King of Wands, so that might indicate Sagittarius or Leo, fire sign anyway. So Knight of Wands might be you also deciding to take action, to throw yourself out there and do something creative with this soul's longing that you have, but you have decided that it wasn't ready. But here it seems like you're ready. Knight of Cups, it might be that you are going to ask for forgiveness to an earth sign. That might be it, what we are seeing, because it's the Knight of Cups first and then the King of Wands. But it might also be someone that's coming and saying that they're sorry to you. If you were the one saying no and taking a stand here, maybe you protected your boundaries, you didn't want to be victimized, and you pick up your strength, and because of that you sacrificed maybe some situation here, that so you needed to be alone for a while. But here the life it doesn't want to have winter all the time. It's longing for spring. So here we are creating some spring, possibly with a fire sign, water sign, or earth sign. Okay, so that looks promising. That looks like things can start to hit off a little bit for Gemini. And with the Six of Swords here, it's a uniting of head and heart. So it might be that you need to ponder on something for a certain amount of time, and then you will reach out to someone, or they will reach out to you. King of Wands is anyway being very brave, and I said that you needed to be brave through this, and here you are brave. So even if this is a fire sign in your outside life, this is still you being brave, because what's on the outside of you is always on the inside of you. So if you are thinking that a person is abusive, for example, look at how you treat yourself. Are you abusive towards yourself? Then there you have your answer. Stop being abusive to yourself, and eventually you will stop mirroring this outside into the world. But here it seems like you are mirroring something more forgiving, loving, creative, very creative, and brave, and fiery, like passion. So that sounds fun, more fun than lying there and playing dead anyway. So a future for my dear Gemini. And here we have 10 of coins. 10 of coins comes underneath 7 of wands and 6 of cups. 10 of coins is usually a very valuable situation. And it might be that a valuable situation is returning to your life. Maybe you said no to it first, but maybe you want a second chance, or someone wants a second chance with you. Or it might be that you're going back to some creative endeavor that you didn't think that you were able to make before, but here you see you get like a new ignition to start this again, and it seems very rewarding, like a person deciding, well, I will not care anymore if they don't like me ice skating. This is the most fun thing I know to do, and this will give a reward in the end. And this is Virgo and Venus, so it's very luscious and organized and safe, like a place where you can feel like you're getting recognition and feeling like you have the material goods that you need to live a healthy and stable life. You don't have to be so scared of losses, or to maybe have too little money or something like this. Here it's like you are using your talents, you're using this that you were born to do, and it's playing out all right for you. And as I said, it can be a relationship returning, and it's almost like a marriage here, or other case it might be a relationship that has been going on for a very long time. It might also be a family situation or work situation, all things where you feel like this is the place where you go both in your mind and in your heart, and actual go, like to work every day, to your home every day, to your family every Sunday maybe. And here we have 7 of Swords. So we have now 4, 5, 6, 7 of Swords, and it's going in a little bit of a loop here, starting with the 4, 5, 6, 7. So your mind is putting tricks on you, making you feel like, well, maybe it's no idea anyway, because I'm unworthy, I'm not lovable, no one will ever think that I'm a good ice skater, or no one will ever be able to love me for the long haul, or I will mess up at my workplace at any time soon, and yes, I'm not worthy. The 7 of Swords is Aquarius. So you have the magpie here holding up the Aquarius, and this is like, use your intelligence. And you have also the moon here and a starry sky. So it's like the divine is there for you. You just need to look up. But this person thinks, well, they are more like envy of other people, what other people have. They don't think that they can make it for themselves. So this person is going on and making maybe a robbery into some house, because he doesn't think that he can get this for himself, and he have forgot everything about his ice skating dreams that he had when he was 6 years old, and that would have taken him into this 10 of coins eons ago, and you have a chance for this again, but your mind is playing tricks on you, making you feel like, well, there's no idea. Mostly you might have like a very difficult time with handling misfortune or mistakes. So you might look at that. Maybe you need to become a little bit more resilient, being able to do mistakes and not die because of it. Think of that you are doing a mistake. Maybe you are making a fool of yourself. You are going through the lunch room at your work, and we can take this classical. You are falling with your food all over the floor. Feel how that would feel. What persons would kind of laugh behind your back and be happy of your misfortune. Feel on that energy and try to find a spot inside of you that would feel humiliated. When you go this way and try to find different spots in you that's vulnerable and give them light and attention, attention is light, illumination, then you are strengthening them up. And when this actually happens, if you always nurture those feelings, they won't be so scared anymore. And the time when you actually fall or you spill your food in your boss's lap or whatever, you will be able to laugh about it, and other people too. And if anyone is humiliating you, it won't touch you because you are healed. No one can touch a healed person. That's the truth. And you are not healed. Unfortunately, you are not healed. You have spots inside of you. You're afraid of your own, what will come, what will happen. So you don't even put your little nose outside the cave. There can be mountain lions there. So it doesn't matter that there's food outside there either. You just stay and starve inside the cave because of you are so afraid to take one step out in that unknown. What will happen if you were eaten by a mountain lion? You would be dead. Yes, and it will be painful. Maybe for a long time. Maybe the cat wants to play and you will be dead. Maybe it will take an hour. But you will still be dead. And we are all going to die from this life. We're not a single one of us is surviving. What is surviving is your immortal soul that we see here. So this is surviving. So you are here to make this, it's like a test run for your immortal soul, to see if it's, yes, to just to get to know yourself and become more happy and more happy and more happy all the time, not taking like life so serious. So you're eaten by this mountain lion and you are dead, and you are being born into a new life, and you are so scared of mountain lions that you won't even go outside the cave. But it was just 1 hour of suffering, and now you have a lifetime full of adventures, but instead you stay in the cave fearful of that mountain lion. And you have it here, that mountain lion, King of Wands. Okay, so try to live life a little bit more fearless. Whatever challenge will come, just accept that it is there. Okay, I'm currently being eaten by a mountain lion. Is there any way out of this? Can I survive this? And you try different things, and either you escape with your life or you won't. It's not a problem. It's just life happening to you. You can see this everywhere in nature. Life is happening in different ways all the time. So try to be more stoic. Try to be more like you don't mind what happens. It doesn't mean that you like put yourself in stupid situations and say, "Hey, mountain lion, here I am, eat me, please." It's more that you are, if this is happening, of course you are careful. You're looking out when you're coming out from the cave. You're looking. No, mountain lion, you're sniffing. No, mountain lion, you have a spear with you. You see, very beautiful here. You have a spear with you, so you can protect yourself if the mountain lion comes. So you have this awareness. Awareness is important. And then if the mountain lion shows up, it's totally okay to defend yourself. So you can defend yourself, and maybe you're doing good or maybe not. It doesn't matter. At least you're going outside, you're living life. You're not staying and making fear crippling you, or making your thoughts of what can come crippling you, or make the thoughts of your own possible success or not crippling you. Just throw yourself out there. Just be like the bird. Just sit on the branch and just fly away. This beautiful, yes, okay, so live your life a little bit more, not staying in the cave, okay? And here we have a Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. And this is the arrow. So we see this, it's like one day you're full of hopes and dreams and everything is possible, and the next day you're swallowed by fear. And then here again you're hopeful and you have a goal, and you believe in your dreams. So that's beautiful. And you have two knights here, so it might be that you have a lot of suitors, girls or boys, it doesn't matter, man or female. A lot of suitors here, but it might be like a little bit of lonely touch to them, or there's a little bit of lonely touch to you. This is fire and water, very passionate here. So this is not a person saying, well, hell is other people. This is a person saying, well, I know now, I don't want to be alone, I want to be with people. I want to have people in my life. I want to find the situation that's best for me, because this might be like you have true talents and also the energy to get you there. So don't give up before you have even started. It's your mind making all the fuss inside your head here. And here we have the beautiful Emperor card, that's Aries. So you have actually all fire signs here now, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. And these two emperors here, or king and emperor. So that's a very promising situation for you. It's like you're building you're practicing inside your cave to face the mountain lions. So you're becoming brave and like a warrior, and you don't need to be afraid when you go out, because you have kind of you have practice on becoming fearless, on becoming like not a person limited by their fears. So that's very good. That making you like having this cave with you, like a comfort zone wherever you go, because you believe in yourself and you trust in yourself and you have practice to say yes and no and have boundaries. Some people they're going out in a situation, a social situation, and they are just trying to fit in. They are just trying to be good. They are just trying to behave, trying to remember how was it I was supposed to behave. I was supposed to ask. I was supposed to be pleasant. I was supposed to do this and this and this. And all that is taking up all your energy, and it's making you feel smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. If you just could go out there with this social situation and be exactly the person that you are, and being brave enough to face whatever consequences comes out of that, that's a person living their life fully. And the next card is the 21 World card. So that's Gemini living their life fully. It might be that you are meeting a soulmate, or a person that are kind of offering you something that will be very, very, very prosperous. The 21 world card also means that you are on your highest journey to your highest destiny. Finally, you have put yourself where you were supposed to be before you took all the detours, decided that, well, people doesn't want me to be ice skating, so I won't do that. Now you're ice skating, and the universe is saying, finally, the rose has it's flowering now. It was like tight in a knot all this time because it was a rose, but it was trying to become like a bicycle. And it was really hard for the rose because it was naturally code to be a rose. So try to be a bicycle when you're a rose. That's really hard. And now you have found your natural self. You're not trying to be someone that you're not. So like that, like boom, you're on your highest road to your highest destiny. So you just have to be you. God and goddesses, they didn't plant you here on earth to be someone that you were not. That would have been cruel, to plant a seed of sunflowers and expecting to have garlic. Yeah. It's not really fair, isn't it? Is it? So they don't do that. Nature doesn't work like that. So try to find what's you, really natural. Like take what you have, like natural resources, and try to do something about that. When it comes to money, you have a very good situation that you can make for yourself if you just find your ignition, find your creative thing. And it's the same for those who want more security, like in love and things like this. So here we have a little card for Gemini in the past. So it seems like you have been a little bit lonely and maybe reminiscing, but you have taken good care of yourself, it seems. And that's why you're now being able to bring forth an emperor. So you didn't cave, you didn't think badly of yourself, you didn't decide like everything is wrong with me and that's why I'm alone now. On the contrary, you liked it here. You can see this person has made, like, it's rather beautiful. She has a little like a sunscreen here. It's a little shield to the sun, very beautifully on this pillar here, and it's a little bit funny with those, like a little childish, and this beautiful tree that's accompanying her, and this beautiful music that comes in the wind here, and a mask if she wants to hide herself again. So you have been wearing a mask, Gemini. You have not been your true self, but you have finally slowly learned to love yourself. It's so hard to have a war against yourself. Stop that. You don't have to be a bicycle. You can be this rose. It's beautiful. And that will make your life more easy, and it will make it also more prosperous. I will also take a card for the future here from my new deck, a vibrational energy oracle cards. And it's already came out. It's by Debbie A. Anderson, illustrated by Heather Brewster, brand new for today. So, and this is end of days. So end of days is giving like another meaning to the world card here. They are kind of the same, those two cards. It means that you have done something to its fullest, and it's time to let go of that old thing, and something brand new is starting, because 21 world is the last card of the major arcana. Something has come to its fulfillment, and it seems like it's something that has been born in silence. This old thing that has been going on has put a lot of stress on you, but now this new thing is born in silence. This was what it's a book here as well. So it's your book, it's your destiny, it's a book being written. You have visions that has been born here in silence. And we can see that this person is not like totally okay. We can see that they have been through rough things and they are healing. So this is the rough things that you are leaving behind. You are letting it go. End of days, end of illusions, the year of 2017, when you're not trying to be someone that you're not anymore. Very beautiful, Gemini. Kudos to you for doing this. Okay, so thank you so much for watching all this far, and I want you to take really good care, and hopefully you join me again for the mid-October reading that actually will come in the beginning of October. Okay, bye-bye.